Have you ever noticed how some people keep coming back into your life, promising they've changed? It's almost as if there's an invisible thread pulling them back to your doorstep, no matter how many times you've said goodbye. Each time, they arrive with new words, new promises, and a familiar look in their eyes. A look that makes you wonder if maybe, just maybe, this time will be different. The peace you feel when they're gone is quickly replaced by hope when they return. It's a strange kind of hope, one that grows quietly in the spaces they leave behind, whispering that things could be better, that people can change, and that love is worth another try. We want to believe this time will be different, that love and patience will finally pay off. We convince ourselves that our forgiveness is a gift, that our willingness to open the door again is a sign of strength, not vulnerability. But toxic people don't just reappear by accident. They return because we leave the door open. Sometimes, it's not just the physical door, but the emotional one, the one we keep cracked open with memories, nostalgia, and the hope that things will change. Our hope is the key they use to get back in. Every time we believe their words, every time we ignore our doubts, we hand them that key again. The cycle is predictable. They return with apologies, shower you with attention, and make grand gestures that seem sincere. For a while, it feels like the story is finally taking a turn for the better. And for a moment, it feels perfect. You laugh together, share memories, and imagine a future where the past is finally behind you. But soon, the old patterns resurface. Criticism, manipulation, emotional drain, the same arguments, the same disappointments, the same pain you thought you'd left behind. We allow them back not because we're weak, but because we're hopeful and kind. We see the best in people, and we want to believe that love can heal even the deepest wounds. Yet your hope can't fuel their transformation. Real change happens without you. True growth is something they must choose for themselves, not something you can give them by opening your heart again and again. Stop mistaking their return for redemption. Just because someone comes back doesn't mean they've changed or that they deserve another chance. Recognize the pattern for what it is, a revolving door you have the power to lock. You are not obligated to keep letting them in just because they ask. The first step to breaking the cycle is accepting that you control who gets access to your life. Your boundaries are valid, and you have every right to protect your peace. You don't have to keep giving out second chances. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do for yourself is to say no, to close the door, and to move forward. Your peace is worth more than their promises. When you choose yourself, you create space for genuine happiness, for new beginnings, and for relationships that truly honor your worth. It's time to close the door for good, not out of anger, but out of love for yourself and the life you deserve to live. We often find ourselves making excuses for toxic behavior, trying to rationalize it in ways that make us feel better. We tell ourselves that maybe they're just lost, confused, or going through a tough time, hoping that things will eventually get better. But the reality is, toxic people are not lost at all. In fact, they are remarkably consistent in their actions. They know exactly what they're doing, and they do it with intention. Their behaviors aren't random or accidental. Every move is calculated, designed to provoke a reaction from you, to keep you off balance, and to maintain control. They know how to push your buttons, make you feel guilty for things that aren't your fault, and manipulate your emotions for their own benefit. When they suddenly disappear from your life, it's not because they're lost. It's because they've found someone else to drain, someone new to manipulate. And when they come back, it's not out of love or regret, but because you've proven to be a reliable source of energy and attention for them. This isn't confusion or a lack of direction. It's a deliberate strategy, a pattern they repeat with precision. Accepting this truth means letting go of the hope that they'll suddenly change or become the person you wish they were. People who are truly lost seek help, take responsibility for their actions, and make an effort to grow. Toxic people, on the other hand, deflect blame, play the victim, and refuse to acknowledge the harm they cause. Their consistency lies in their refusal to change, in their commitment to the same destructive patterns, no matter how much you hope otherwise. When you finally see their behavior as intentional, you stop wasting your energy trying to fix or rescue them. You realize you're not dealing with someone who needs guidance or support, but with someone who actively chooses to disrespect and undermine you. That's not your burden to carry, and it never was. You can't change them, but you do have the power to choose yourself, to walk away, to protect your peace, and to reclaim your life. True freedom comes from seeing the situation for what it is, not for what you wish it could be. Let go of the illusion, embrace the truth, and reclaim your power. You deserve better, and your future is waiting. When someone crosses your boundaries, your instinct is to explain, hoping they'll understand. But for toxic people, your explanations are fuel. They thrive on your emotional energy. Every argument, every defense, every justification gives them what they want: your attention. The conversation shifts from the real issue to endless drama. They twist your words, play the victim, and leave you feeling drained. Your need to be understood is used against you. They intentionally misunderstand to keep you engaged. Each time you re-explain, you show your boundaries are negotiable. To them, your words are just noise, an invitation to argue. The real power is in not playing the game. State your boundary clearly, then refuse to debate it. You don't owe anyone a lengthy explanation for demanding respect. Your peace matters more than their understanding. Stop defending yourself to those committed to misunderstanding you. Save your energy for those who value it. Sometimes the strongest statement is silence. We're taught to speak our truth, but sometimes silence is the most powerful response. With toxic people, no response is your fortress. Silence is a boundary that can't be debated or manipulated. By not engaging, you reclaim your power and protect your peace. Ignoring a baiting text or refusing to argue sends a clear message: my energy is too valuable for this. This isn't about punishing them, it's about self-preservation. Think of your energy as a limited resource. Every word you spend on them drains your reserves. Silence stops the leak and keeps your glass full. At first, silence feels uncomfortable, but it's a skill worth practicing. Sit with the urge to respond and let it pass. You're not being passive, you're being strategic. Over time, you'll find peace in what's left unsaid. The loudest statement you can make is to say nothing at all. Protect your energy for what truly matters. Let silence be your shield. Your well-being is worth it. Imagine your life as a business. Your time and energy are your most valuable assets. Every day, you make choices about where to allocate these resources, just like a savvy investor deciding where to put their money. The people you surround yourself with, the activities you engage in, and the thoughts you entertain all represent investments that can either yield growth or drain your reserves. You can invest in relationships that bring growth, joy, and support, or in toxic ones that drain you, leaving you feeling empty and exhausted. Healthy relationships are like stocks that appreciate over time, giving you emotional dividends and a sense of belonging. Toxic people are like losing stocks. No matter how much you invest, you never see a return. You pour in your time, your care, your patience, but the value keeps dropping. The more you try to fix things, the more you lose yourself in the process. Continuing to give them your attention is pouring resources into a bankrupt company. It's like trying to fill a bucket with a hole in it. No matter how much you give, it's never enough, and you're left feeling depleted. Audit your relationships. Does this connection bring you peace, or does it leave you feeling anxious and drained? Take a step back and honestly assess whether your investment is paying off, or if it's time to reconsider where you're putting your energy. The sunk cost fallacy keeps us stuck. We think, I've invested so much, I can't walk away now. But holding on just because of past effort only leads to more loss. Remember, your future is more important than your past investments. But the past is gone. You can only control where you invest from here. Every new day is a chance to redirect your energy towards something that truly matters, something that will help you grow and thrive. Cut your losses. Start by making small withdrawals. Stop being their crisis manager, stop answering every call, and set healthy boundaries. You don't have to make a dramatic exit. Even small steps can make a big difference. Each time you withhold your energy, you reclaim a piece of yourself. You begin to feel lighter, more in control, and more at peace with your choices. Invest that energy in yourself, in hobbies that spark joy, or in people who nurture and uplift you. Spend time doing things that make you feel alive and connected to your true self. The more you invest in yourself, the less appealing the bad investment becomes. You'll start to see your own value rise, and you'll attract healthier, more rewarding connections. Real wealth is in wisely managing your own energy. Protect your peace, nurture your growth, and remember that your time is precious. You're not failing by walking away. You're making a smart choice. Protect your assets, choose yourself, and watch your life flourish in ways you never imagined. In a world of instant replies, silence is a statement. Toxic people use messages to bait you into drama. Not responding isn't passive-aggressive, it's reclaiming your time and attention. When you ignore their provocations, you refuse to play their game. Your silence says, I see what you're doing and I won't participate. It's an act of self-control and self-respect. They may escalate at first, but if you remain silent, they'll eventually move on. Your silence won't fix them, but it will free you. You're not avoiding conflict, you're choosing peace. Let your silence speak for you. Society tells us to never give up, but in toxic relationships, walking away is strength. It's not defeat, it's self-respect. You're choosing to stop fighting a battle you can't win. Toxic people want to keep you in their cycle. Walking away breaks the pattern. Think of it as graduation. You've learned what you needed, now it's time to move on. Staying keeps you stuck in old lessons. Leaving opens the door to growth. Walking away is a celebration of your worth. It says, I am worthy of peace and respect. It's a courageous act to put your well-being first. You stop waiting for them to change and start changing your own life. Walking away isn't the end. It's the start of a new empowered chapter. You're not giving up, you're leveling up. Your future is waiting. Take the step. Choose yourself. Guilt is the chain that keeps us tied to toxic situations. When you set boundaries or walk away, guilt tells you you're selfish. But this guilt is a lie, often planted by the toxic person. Self-preservation isn't selfish, it's necessary. You can't pour from an empty cup. Setting boundaries is putting on your own oxygen mask first. Guilt is just a sign you're breaking an unhealthy pattern. You don't owe anyone your peace of mind. You're only responsible for your own well-being. When guilt creeps in, remember the pain you left behind. Releasing guilt takes time, but every day you choose yourself, it gets easier. You're not abandoning them, you're saving yourself. In the end, it's about one powerful choice, choosing yourself. It's not about becoming cold, but about being wise with your energy. Your kindness is a gift. Give it to those who cherish it. Stop auditioning for a role in someone else's life. Be the lead in your own. You decide who gets access to your energy. Your silence creates space for better things. Walking away is a beginning, not an end. Make room for genuine joy and peace. When you're whole, you have more to offer the world. Choose peace over drama, self-respect over approval. Lock the revolving door and walk your own path. The freedom you seek has always been inside you. Choose you.